Why the let it fail approach is a risky strategy for getting rid of Obamacare. Welcome to Liberty News TV. I'm Norvell Rose. Among those who want to pull the plug on the president's healthcare takeover scheme, there's a strong chorus of voices on the right who say the best thing to do is nothing. Just let Obamacare fail, collapse under its own weight, go down in flames. Among those voices are Republican lawmakers who've been critical, some harshly critical, of Texas Senator Ted Cruz and his crusade to defund. In addition to politicians, some pundits and generally astute conservative commentators also favor that let it fail strategy. Most recently, Daniel Henninger of the Wall Street Journal argues the law's opponents should simply let the Obamastine monster collapse and thus crush liberal fantasies under its lifeless carcass. Writing in the Journal, Henninger says, if Obamacare fails or seriously falters, the entitlement state will suffer an historic loss of credibility with the American people. It will finally be vulnerable to challenge and fundamental change. Well, Daniel Henninger is a smart guy. He's deputy editorial page editor of the Wall Street Journal and a Fox News contributor. But that doesn't mean that he and others are not inadvertently playing into a brilliantly laid trap, a snare set by crafty and cunning liberals who, for all intents and purposes, would be just fine with the failure of Obamacare, at least in its present form. Because, you see, this law was never really intended to succeed as a solution, only serve as a wrecking ball, a formidable destructive force to overwhelm and wreak havoc on America's healthcare system. Why do we say that? Well, consider how the law was passed, hurried through the Congress as a haphazardly assembled hodgepodge of noble ideals, good intentions, lofty concepts. Consider also how Team Obama is so willing to delay, defer, alter, even ignore parts of the law. Consider how Obamacare advocates are setting up the Republicans as obstructionists, arsonists, even calling them terrorists for trying to delay the law's implementation. So when it fails, the Republicans can be blamed. Consider how provisions of the law have been put in place over time, how sweeping changes have been imposed piecemeal, how thousands upon thousands of businesses, large and small, have already made significant changes in the coverages they offer, how doctors, hospitals, and insurance providers have already changed their practices and procedures so that if Obamacare falls, when it falls, a healthcare crisis of untold proportions will arise. And we all know how Team Obama embraces crisis, works for collapse, welcomes chaos, because that gives them a golden opportunity for change, for fundamental transformation. So about that let it fail strategy, we fear that it will fail to stop the federal government from riding to the rescue and filling the void with single-payer, top-down, government-run, universal health care, the goal all along. And the inevitable collapse of this Obamastine monster will give rise to an even more powerful beast with even greater institutional, political, and cultural clout and control over our lives. That is Liberty News TV for today. I'm Norvell Rose. Thanks so much for joining us, and we hope to see you right back here next time.